Hi there. My name is Sarah Harrison, and I'm a certified holistic health coach. I got certified last June, and I started my schooling the November prior to that. And I really enjoyed it. I got a lot out of it. It completely changed my life. And I wasn't really prepared for the things that I was going to be opening myself up to. I learned a lot about myself and self sabotaging behaviors that I've struggled with my whole life that I didn't even realize were there. So even though I thought I was learning about others, it actually was a pretty deep experience for me. And in the process of all these awesome changes I started to incorporate into my life, I started to struggle with massive sugar cravings. And as you can imagine, with those sugar cravings came a lot of guilt and shame because I was supposed to become this health coach. So it just didn't seem to fit. And then I ended up going to a workshop, and it was all about cleansing and detoxing. And I really thought that it was just going to be about food, like the typical thing that cleansing and detoxing is about. But as I went there, I was blown away by the massive impact that doTERRA essential oils and their products have on our bodies and the environment. And it really hit home for me because I do work out of town. I do housekeeping with very toxic chemicals. And basically what this workshop was talking about was how the beauty products, the cleaning products, everything in our environment that's just filled with these toxic chemicals is keeping our immune system down. It's keeping us sick. It's just not at all working in our favor. So for instance, like even though I was trying to implement all these changes with my mindfulness, my eating habits, my exercise, and all of that, I came to realize the perfume that I was addicted to, the different things that I had in my household, it was just not good. So I ended up buying a kit, and within 2 weeks, I was so pumped. It was the results that I saw from this was unbelievable. So I decided to start telling people about it and sharing it because I think that we all deserve the right to find more natural resources that actually work at a deeper level, and they don't just act as a band-aid to cover up symptoms and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just going to go through this little presentation for you, and you can follow along, take notes if you like, and then at the end, whoever sent this to you or if I did, I would like for you to tell me or that person your top 3 health concerns, and then they can start to get a better sense of what kind of kit would work best for you or what order, and yeah. So let's move along. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are extracts from plants, flowers, bark, and stems. They're capable of inhibiting or slowing down the growth of bacteria, yeasts, and molds. They're very, very concentrated, okay? So I believe that doTERRA has taken it upon themselves to have wellness advocates as myself who are extremely educated. And so we can go about the right way about how people should be using these and the different dilution and that sort of thing, because they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs, which is unbelievable. And they've been used throughout history for their medicinal benefits. As I'm sure a lot of you have heard in the Bible, frankincense and myrrh, and just throughout history, essential oils have just always been present. And I think that we're kind of reverting back to the more simple times because that's what was working. This part is my favorite. As soon as I learned this about the power of essential oils, I was just hooked. I thought it was really fascinating. So the essential oil of a plant is where all the power and benefits are located. It pretty much uses it as its little defense mechanism. Okay, so if you've ever smelled rose or lavender or any sort of plant, what you're smelling is that plant's essential oil. And it uses it to ward off predators, bugs, and disease. And since plant DNA and human DNA are extremely similar, whenever we come into contact with that essential oil, we get the benefits from that and our bodies completely recognize it. So it's super powerful. This is super interesting. The inside air of our homes is actually 5 times more toxic than outside air. Basically, what that's saying is all the fragrance and all the different products that we're using on a constant basis, for instance, Bounce dryer sheets. Now, I'm not bashing the whole concept. There's a reason why they don't put the ingredients on the box. It's the number 2 carcinogen in the world. It's not good for us. And if you think about it, our skin is our biggest organ, right? So whatever we have rubbing on our skin is going to get absorbed into our bloodstream. And I just know if people are constantly using Bounce dryer sheets and it's rubbing on their clothes week after week after week, like our bodies just become so like worn down in trying to fight off this thing that we don't even think is bad for us. So the next time a flu rolls around, we've been so busy trying to fight off this Bounce dryer sheet or the perfume or stuff in our body wash or the chemicals in our shower scrub. Like, just, it's unbelievable. So now that this is becoming more talked about, I think it's super empowering to know the differences between all of this. So they kill viruses and bacteria. So if you look at this diagram, antibiotics cannot penetrate the cell membrane, where essential oils can, because that outer membrane is really oily and oil can mix, where antibiotics, pharmaceuticals, they'll only get that bacteria, that black little circle right there. They only can start to fight that on the outside, but they're not actually penetrating the cells to kill viruses and bacteria. So that in itself is extremely powerful. It is important to further educate yourself. So there's a lot of resources out there. I found that super helpful when I got started with this. There's Aromatic Science, which is case studies from PhD and scientists, if you want to nerd out like I do. And then there's this book on the right-hand side. I have a few of them. I call it my oil Bible because it's just unbelievable. It has all the oils in it, the blends, recipes, how to go about using it, the different ways you can use it. Just, it's unbelievable. And it's, without it, you kind of feel lost at the beginning. So I highly recommend you getting that. And then there is an app. It's Modern Essentials in the App Store. I think it's about $9.95. And that's been really helpful for me as well, because it's just in the palm of your hand. So if there's ever a time where, you know, you're with someone and you don't have your book handy, it's just right there for you. So why doTERRA? So I've done a lot of research on it. That was my biggest thing when I got started. I was like, what's so great about this company? Like, what's the difference between oils anyway? So you look at this chart here, that big chunk of gray is all synthetic oils, which is the majority of the oils out there. And FDA and Health Canada don't actually regulate essential oils. So what that means is you could go to Walmart or any big department store and it could say 100% peppermint oil on it, for instance. But if you turn it around on the back, it'll say, call poison control, do not ingest, do not use topically, all of that. And what that tells me is they don't have the pure constituents that doTERRA has, or any other oil company that really goes to those extra lengths to make sure that their product is safe. And if you're breathing it in, it is going into your bloodstream, right? So basically, those synthetic oils need only 5% of the actual oil, and then the rest of it can just be synthetics, fillers, other chemical-ridden substances. So that really scared me, because it's like labels can say whatever they want, you know? And then the green piece, that's food, so that would be like coconut oil, avocado oil, things that you would cook with, obviously, right? Olive oil. The therapeutic purple slice is purely for massage therapists. It's not meant to actually heal. It's just for those calming, relaxing benefits. It's usually just aromatherapy. And then our little piece right there is CPTG. That stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. It's a grade above organic, and it's the highest quality of oil on the market. And doTERRA is approved by Health Canada. And so they did take it upon themselves to really go the extra mile to find out how to get the most pure quality oil so we can ingest it and it can be used as an alternative to healthcare, which is super, super awesome. So there's different factors to determine the purity of essential oils, where they're extracted from. So doTERRA only chooses the plants that are in their indigenous environment. So the soil, the humidity, the climate, the altitude is prime for that specific plant. Like you wouldn't want to grow pineapple in Edmonton, or, you know, it has to be in its prime environment. And how they're sourced. So their extraction process and how much the company focuses on the end product of having no artificial ingredients, fragrances, or fillers. And this part is super, super great. doTERRA uses third-party testing. So it's an unbiased outside company. They ship all their products to them unlabeled. They have no idea where it's coming from. They just know that there is a standard that has to be met before they can release these out to the public. So you are guaranteed that this product has no toxins, contaminants, pesticides, or other chemical residues, and you're always guaranteed like the top nutrient base of that product, which is just so great. So they source from 43 different countries, and they have this program called Co-Impact Sourcing. So if you look here, all over the world, they're getting their oils from, and they give a lot back to those communities where the farms are. And they hire the locals and ensure that there's top wages provided. I've watched quite a few different documentaries. I just watched one on the Hilang Hilang oil from Madagascar, and the man who runs the distillery, he was just so sweet, and he was so grateful that the opportunity doTERRA has given him, and he put his 3 oldest daughters through university, and that's just unheard of in their country. Like, they do not get these kind of opportunities, and I love that, because I mean, yeah, we're benefiting from using these, but I like that they're benefiting from getting them for us, and it's just a big full circle. So the most popular way to use them that everybody seems to know about is aromatically. On the left there, you can see a typical doTERRA diffuser. And what's awesome about these diffusers is the particles, they stay lasting in the air for up to 8 hours, even when it turns off. So they are really good for purifying the air. They support respiratory function, immune function, and they affect our mood. So they can calm our senses or lift our mood. And right there on the right, you can see she's just smelling it out of the bottle. You could even pour a couple drops in your hand, rub them together, and take 3 deep inhales, and it would still give you that aromatic benefit. Smell is the strongest sense in our human body. It actually creates a neurological response in the limbic part of our brain. So what that means is that part of our brain is extremely attached to emotion. So we can change the way that we feel. It's very, very powerful. And I know that there's probably something or some sort of smell that when you smell, you're sent back to a certain memory or certain person or something that just like brings you right back there. And that's the same thing that essential oils can do. They're very, very powerful for changing the state of environment we're in. And what's awesome is everybody gets the benefits when you have a diffuser. So I always make sure that I have, if I want a really calm environment, I throw in some super calming oils. If I want a super uplifting environment, I'll do that. So yeah, it's awesome to have a diffuser. I definitely want them all over my house. I have 3 right now, but always down to get more. Topically has probably become one of my favorite ways. I put that picture there on the left just because that is heaven for me. That's my Zen place, right in the bath. And I've made my own bath wash with vegetable glycerin. Why am I drawing a blank here? Vegetable glycerin, Castile soap, and lavender. And that was just heavenly. I highly suggest that. I can give you the recipe after if you so wish. So what this means is you would apply the oils to the area that's affected. So if it's something like you have a headache, you could rub them on the temples, your middle of your forehead, the back of your neck. You can rub them on the bottoms of your feet, and that's become my most favorite thing to do at nighttime. And the reason why we would do that is because the bottoms of our feet, the pores are 30% larger than the rest of our body. So what that means is it'll hit our bloodstream within 30 minutes, and you'll be feeling the deep effects a lot longer, as if you were to put them in any other part of your body. So for instance, at nighttime, I always put frankincense and lavender on the bottom of my feet, rub it all over my feet, and then I make sure I rub my third toe really, really well, because that's the reflexology point for our head and our brain. So that just puts a lot of calming sensation in our head, because I know that was a big problem for me before. I would always just go to bed and my brain wouldn't shut off, and that's just one of the worst feelings. And if you have achy joints, you can, for like arthritis, sore knees, bad hips, anything like that, topically, that's what this is for, because there's so many different oils out there that benefit in this way. So using a carrier oil, what that means is using coconut oil or jojoba oil, rosehip oil, anything that's a base oil. And what that would do is you would dilute it for young kids and sensitive skin. And there's a big long list that I can provide for that, because there is certain oils that kids just shouldn't have until they are a bit older, because they are very strong. And even some adults need to dilute certain oils because their skin is just a bit more sensitive. Internal. So this is specific to doTERRA. And the reason why I have to say that is I don't want you to watch this presentation and then after take any old oil that you may have in the house and try drinking it, because that's just not recommended by any standards. doTERRA really takes it upon themselves to ensure that whatever they put out is safe, and they give you specific guidelines on how to use it. So you can use it as a supplement for targeted wellness. doTERRA has veggie capsules that you can make your own little blend. So I have this one, it's called an immunity balm. I mix up about 5 different oils in it, and then it's perfect. You can just make it a part of your supplement regime. There's chewables that they provide for children, and they also have a little liquid form of omegas, which is awesome. They have different probiotics that you would use and a whole line of supplements. I've made some really awesome food recipes with the oils, and it's just, the opportunities are endless. Like, I just have had so much fun exploring all of this. So it's great that all 3 of these ways are pretty much, you're able to do it with all the oils except for just a couple, and I can go into that in greater detail later. So the healthcare as we know it today is based on medication. The pharmaceutical companies make it, the doctors prescribe it, and patients use it. So the Canadian Institute for Health Information said that $215 billion was spent on healthcare in 2014, making Canada one of the highest ranked countries in spending per person for healthcare. That blows me away. It is just devastating to me that we are putting such an emphasis on something that obviously isn't the best option. There's a place for Western medicine, but I feel like preventative healthcare is a lot more up my alley, because I don't think that we should have to treat disease. We should be trying to prevent it in the first place. And it's just going to be a little bit of a different way of training people's brains on how to, live healthier rather than to always be fixing themselves. But that's my goal. I really think that we should start to take our health in our own hands. So, and I put this on there because he's a boss. Like, I can't believe he thought this way back in the day. Thomas Edison said, "The doctor of the future will no longer treat the human frame with drugs, but rather will cure and prevent disease with nutrition." So the first top oil that I chose to show you is lavender. It's all things calming oil. It's perfect for anything that needs relief. So as you can see, you could apply it topically to irritated lips, chapped lips. It's amazing for cooking, marinades, softened citrus flavors. You massage onto your feet at bedtime. Any type of burn, I know that I got burned while cooking not too long ago, and I poured this all over my hands, and literally there was no blistering, and there was just nothing. Like, my pain went away instantly, but my hands were still kind of like throbbing, but it was just such a strange feeling that like I couldn't feel the the stinging that you would. So rather than rushing to the sink, I just grabbed my lavender and poured it on my hands, and it saved me from blistering up and having to go to the hospital even. So that was really great. So work for cooking burns, sunburns, relieve stress. So if someone has anxiety or stress issues, they would just take this, they could inhale it, they could rub it over their heart, over their temples. Good for cuts and wounds, depression, earache, and insomnia, and the list does go on. And it is indigenous to the Provence region of France. Lemon, it's the cleansing and mood elevator. There's so much to say about lemon. It's a fascinating oil. You just have to know that it's on all levels a well-rounded oil, because you can use it for internal use, aromatic use, and also to clean your house with. It is a natural antioxidant and detoxifier. It's much better than actual lemons. Real lemon juice eats away tooth enamel. So every morning I make sure that I have 1 drop in my glass water bottle, and I make sure that I down that first thing, because it gives me that physical energy, and it just keeps you super detoxified, and it battles stress. So I feel so good every morning when I have that. You can take it in the water like that or in capsules, and it's a natural cleansing agent for your organs. It elevates and energizes your mood if you diffuse it, which is super true. It actually really does help with headaches as well. It's something that I've noticed. If you do rub it on your temples, it's kind of just a really refreshing feeling. So on the right there, you can see it's really good for bites and stings, blood pressure, common colds, constipation. I have to agree with that. Every morning after my big bottle of water, it's just like clockwork. Half an hour after, it's like, yes, like it's so awesome. Digestion, kidney stones, physical energy, stress, and varicose veins. So for the varicose veins, that's something that you would probably want to mix with the lemon with coconut oil or a base oil, and then you could just make like a nice little lotion type thing to rub over your veins. And it's indigenous to Sicily. Peppermint is one that I carry with me absolutely everywhere. It's the cool and invigorating oil. So it's unbelievable if you need that pick-me-up, if you just need something to snap you out of a funk or give you a little bit of energy. It's just such a nice, refreshing oil to have with you. You can use it with lemon for a healthy mouth rinse. It enhances anything chocolate. So if you were to have like a hot chocolate or even make like little chocolate energy balls or something like that, it tastes delicious with chocolate. And it has antifungal properties as well, so you can clean surfaces with it as well. There's a lot of these oils that you can, because they are so pure and plants are really cleansing. So this oil was the one that got me started on really liking them. I remember after that workshop I went to, she showed us the peppermint in the class, and she got us to take 2 drops on our hands, rub them together, put them on the back of our neck, on our temples, run them through our hair, and just shake around a little bit. And I just continued to do that after the class, because I bought the kit, and then I just continued to do that every morning, and I found it way better than coffee. And then after a week or so, I noticed there was no sugar cravings present at all. It just wasn't a thing anymore. And I just, that was the only oil that I was consistently using at that point. And I looked, and it is an appetite suppressant. So it was a win-win on both ends. I was using it to wake me up, and it was actually helping me with the sugar cravings. I've heard a lot of people use it for quitting smoking. It's amazing for hot flashes, menstrual problems, indigestion. So you could take it internally with some water or rub it clockwise over your tummy. And the reason you rub clockwise is that's the way that your intestines go. Headaches, fever, cold and flu, allergies, and asthma. It's just it's a household must. Peppermint is unbelievable. It's indigenous to Pacific Northwest. Melaleuca, also known as tea tree oil. So Melaleuca is a really good oil to have. It just takes care of you. You can take it internally to boost immune function. That's something that I would want to put in a veggie capsule, because I think the taste of it is it's just not the best to put on your tongue. But If you didn't have that, you could just really water it down with a big glass of water. You can use it throughout the home to protect against environmental threats. For instance, lice, bed bugs, any sort of thing like that. You would just mix it up in a spray bottle of water and spray areas that you're worried about. It's always a good idea to spray your mattress with this, actually, because they just do not, bed bugs do not like tea tree oil. It's the number one thing that they don't like. So I have used it a lot for little acne spots that come up. And then there's for allergies, athlete's foot, toe fungus, bacterial infections, bronchitis, candida, lice, like I said, tonsillitis, and eczema. I actually made a really nice jojoba mix with jojoba, lavender, and tea tree for eczema, and it's super soothing, and it really is an antimicrobial blend, so it will really start to take away the itch and the burn and start to heal it. Tea tree oil is indigenous to Australia. Oregano, I'm sure you've heard about oregano. I think everybody has. So it is a natural immune support oil. I like to say this right at the beginning because it's important. With how strong doTERRA's oils are, oregano is not like other ones that you've taken before, so I definitely don't recommend this to be a daily thing. It should be almost like an antibiotic. That's how I would treat it. So maybe use it for 3 days and then follow up with a good probiotic. And that's something that we can talk about after. It's just because it is so strong that it does start to wipe away your good bacteria in your gut, because it just kills everything in its path. It really does its job. So you can take several drops in a veggie capsule for immune support when you're feeling down, or you feel something coming on, or you know that you're going to be around people. Sometimes if I know that I'm going to be around a house filled with sick people or going to work or something like that, I'll dilute it with coconut oil and I apply it to the bottom of my feet for a natural defense. And you can cook with it, but only use a toothpick, okay? Because my sister, she actually put it in a big pot of spaghetti one time. One drop is all she did, one big pot of spaghetti, and she couldn't even eat it because the whole thing was just overruled with this oregano flavor. It's super strong. I wish that I could get you to smell it right now. So it's good for athlete's foot, cold and flu, infections. It kills warts and skin tags, so that's something you would do topically. Yeast infections, which is something you would also do internally on a tampon or something like that. It's super interesting. Don't know anyone who's done that yet. Insect repellent, so that's something that you could mix with water and tea tree oil, and then you would just have a little spray bottle with you. Relieve sore muscles, dandruff, and cold sores. So the amount of things that these oils cover, it's unbelievable. You just have a select few, and the opportunities with them are endless. Oregano is indigenous to Turkey. Frankincense, the king of all oils. This one is by far, I look up to this oil. It has such powerful benefits. It has been talked about more and more and more recently, and I fully love the smell of it. You can add it with lavender to a spray bottle, spritz your sheets before bed because it is a very grounding oil. I actually use it before I am doing a big talk in front of a bunch of people, or I'll even use it when I'm going to meditate. It gets me just feeling centered and just completely calm and just relaxed. You can mix it with baking soda and coconut oil and make your own toothpaste. It's really good for scar tissue, ulcers and wounds, depression. It's been known to really help heal your cells after you've gone through radiation for cancer. I always recommend this to people who have cancer. Healthy immune response, anti-inflammatory agent, seizures, nervous tension and anxiety. That one is 100% true. Skincare and wrinkles. This is so awesome. You can make your own little blend of, I made my mom one of frankincense, myrrh, lavender, and coconut oil, and it was a little roll-on, and she rubbed it over her scar on her neck, and within a month her scar just looked so much better. It's so cleansing and healing. Cystic acne, it helps promote sleep, relieves itching, and uterus disorders. It's just the king. It's totally the king. And it's indigenous to Oman. Deep Blue, the soothing blend. So they have reached out and made a little branch of the Deep Blue. And so as you can see on the left there, there's a little oil form, a roll-on, the Deep Blue rub, and then those are just little individual packets. So, and there's also a polyphenol complex supplement that you could take. And it's a blend of wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, blue tansy, blue chamomile, helichrysum, and osmanthus. This is one that you can't actually take internally because of the wintergreen and blue tansy. It's just going to be too hard on your esophagus and your lungs. It would really start to burn you because this would take the place of A535, Vicks, anything that has that hot and cool sensation. It supports healthy circulation. You rub it on your muscles to reduce discomfort, soothe sore muscles and achy joints. It's very therapeutic, so I like to do deep tissue massages, and you could do that on yourself or partner, whoever really needs that recovery period. And then it's really good for headaches, arthritis, and inflammation. This is a powerful, powerful oil to have around the house. And so for that little oil, what you would want to do if you wanted to do like a bigger area massage or just, cover more area, you would want to mix it with coconut oil or a jojoba oil, and then you could cover more area that way. Easy Air, it's the respiratory support. So where I live in Edmonton, and it's extremely dry here, and I just find this oil to be so refreshing. It is easily a breath of fresh air. Like I've fallen in love with it. It's a blend of laurel, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, ravensara, and cardamom. So you diffuse or inhale from palms and put at the bottoms of your feet when the environmental threats are high. So what that means, if there is a lot of dryness in the air, allergies that are coming up for you, things that are causing anxiety, just the air is super thick and hard to breathe through, and it really does help with pneumonia, emphysema, cough, bronchitis, and you use it for a restful night's sleep. So it's all around just wonderful. Zengest is another really good one. It's a digestive blend. It's called the Tummy Tamer. It's ginger, peppermint, caraway seed, coriander seed, anise seed, tarragon plant, and fennel seed. It's a great oil to take on planes to calm and soothe the mind, body, and soul. It is so soothing. I have used it for abdominal cramps before. I put 1 drop in 4 ounces of water, and within 5 minutes, I felt so much better. Like if you look at the list of things that it helps, like I said before, if you're using it for one thing, it's going to help regulate all levels. So you're just going to feel so much better, like bloating, colitis, constipation, cramps, Crohn's disease, diarrhea, food poisoning, gastritis, heartburn, nausea, parasites, sinusitis. On Guard, that's a natural defense. That's one that I diffuse on a regular basis because I like that it does eliminate airborne pathogens. So everyone that's in the room is going to be breathing this in. So if there's people around you who are constantly coughing, sneezing, just you feel like everyone's kind of sick in the environment, this is a perfect one to have. It's wild orange peel, clove bud, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. You can dilute it in a spray bottle and clear doorknobs, telephones, and keyboards. Those are the most icky things that we have around us. And I don't know if you know, but our phones, every square inch of our phone has about like 50,000 germs on it. It's really gross. So I've made my own hand sanitizer by doing that as well. And you can dilute it and gargle in the morning and nighttime as a protective mouth rinse. And taking it in a veggie capsule for added immune support is really suggested as well. So on the left-hand side, you can see there's foaming hand wash, toothpaste, the cleaning solution, throat drops, the On Guard soft gels, and dishwasher detergent and laundry detergent. So they have a full line of this natural defense, which is just so amazing. I'm in love with it. It smells really good too. Excuse me. Okay, so there is 3 steps to a non-toxic healthy lifestyle. Good nutrition and optimal supplements. That's number 1. I mean, these oils are extremely beneficial and powerful, but if you're going around eating McDonald's every day and drinking alcohol and smoking, it's just not gonna be the magic thing for you. It has to start from that foundation and then you work your way up. So it is a really good add-on to the good nutrition. Optimal supplements is something that I'm very passionate about as well. doTERRA hasn't just developed very powerful oils. They have supplements that are all based from the oils. So the picture on the left there is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So it's the food-based multivitamin, the essential oil omega complex, and the cellular vitality complex, which is, I've taken it to my naturopath and she's just blown away at the quality and how just jam-packed of nutrients it is, because I do eat really well and I try to get the best quality that I can, but we don't really know where our food's coming from unless you are friends with a farmer who tells you exactly how they grow it. It's kind of inevitable that we aren't going to get what we are hoping to get. So a supplement is really important. Cleansing, detoxing, and digestion. I just did a 30-day cleanse and I feel unbelievable. doTERRA has a cleanse and restore kit that I will recommend to anyone. It's been completely a life changer for me. I didn't realize how much I was holding on to. Detoxing is really, really cool. It's something that I think more people need to get into. And having proper digestion. Our gut is our second brain. So if you have problems with upset stomach all the time, IBS, indigestion, bloating, gas, that's something that tells me there is something that's compromising your gut, whether it be bad bacteria or just something going on in there, that like a hormone imbalance that we need to look at and try to get that back on point for you, because that's where a lot of disease stems from, is in the gut. And the third, non-toxic products in your environment, which we've touched on quite a bit. All around, doTERRA promotes a really healthy living lifestyle, and I stand behind them 100% because I know for myself, since I've started using their products, becoming a lot more cautious of what I'm putting into my body, surrounding my body, having my home, just seeing the difference for me, my family, it's been amazing. And I just hope everyone has the chance to just try it, because it's awesome when you start to see how good you can feel. So there is a couple different ways that you can go about getting doTERRA. You can buy wholesale, which is a $40 membership for the whole year. And what that gives you is 25% off of retail price. And it's like a Costco card. So there's no obligation to purchase or share product. You just have a membership for the whole year. And what that gives you is your own little website that you can log on at any time and just place an order. The order comes right to your door. And you get free shipping options. So what that means is you place an order, the shipping goes right into your account as product volume points. Okay, so you're gonna notice there's a lot of talk of PV, and that's what that stands for, product volume. So you order something, the shipping's, let's say, $10. You get $10 into your account as PV for the next order, which is really sweet. You have the opportunity to earn free oils. I've earned a lot of free oils. I feel like I'm always getting free stuff. The ability to earn income when you share with friends and family, which is what I started doing, and it's just been amazing for me. It's a really good opportunity. And then you know that the people in your life are getting taken care of and have the opportunity to make better decisions, or just to know about other options out there. And you get support, wellness consults, education, team resources, and calls. So it's a huge community. It's just been amazing for me to be a part of. If you're a retail customer, it's retail pricing, so there is no discounts with that. There's no obligation to purchase, no opportunity to earn free oils or product, and it's full price shipping, so you don't get those discounts with that. There is a loyalty rewards program, which I like it's like a shopper's optimum card. It's just a points program. So I'm at 20% because I've been in with them for about 8 months now. So what that means is every month I put in an order and I get 20% back of whatever I spend in product points. So not only do I get the shipping back, I get 20%. So basically every order I've been making now, I get like 60 points back into my account for my next order. So after a year, when I get 30% back, I spend $100. You have 30% back, that's $30. You know, it's just been really, really awesome. And that's something we can go into if you did really think you wanted to. I don't want to confuse you at the beginning because it was a lot to learn at the beginning, but you can receive free product credits, choose any products anytime, and can cancel at any time. It's not like an obligation where you're signed up for a year or anything like that. It's just an opportunity to get free stuff, and I love free stuff. So right now, there is a program, it's called the New Year, New You program. So someone gets 100 free product points if you enroll with a membership within 5 business days after attending a New Year, New You event with 100 PV enrollment order and have 100 PV loyalty rewards order. That's something we'll talk about. This is going on till February 22nd. So if this doesn't apply, just disregard this. But if you are interested in this, we can really set this up for you because I am planning to do classes all the time. So, and this is basically considered a class in my opinion because I just went through the whole thing. And so this is something that you think you want $100 free essentially for signing up. I would take advantage of this because this is a really great opportunity. So yeah, I want you to just be open to this because it has completely shifted the way I think about everything. And thank you for joining me. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that you have a better understanding about why I'm so passionate about preventative health care. Feel free to reach out to me. My email address is right there. And I look forward to hearing from you. I really wish that I was able to let you smell some of these oils, but obviously that's not the thing that we could do right now. But yeah, thank you for watching.